Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy, and yeah, what it says in the title. Today marks 9 years since I have uploaded my first Let's Play video of them all. This last year has been interesting. I swear I mean that in a good way. I was running out of air on that last word. It sounded like I was sounding like it was bad or anything though, but no. Well, now that I've made things awkward, I guess we might as well press onward. This last year has consisted of the second half of Pokemon Platinum, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, and Splatoon in the way of completed projects, which I suppose Platinum is still technically ongoing with the occasional bonus video. I am getting better about those, I hope. Please, I would appreciate it if people felt that way. But yeah. Anyway, with my own experiences and general thoughts of the last year, Platinum was a big undertaking, and I've said before that it's been in the works for a long time before it actually released. As someone who had played a lot of Gen 4, I was glad to go through it like that and leave no stone unturned when there's just so many different things to do in the game, a lot of which I'm sure a lot of people hadn't even ever tried. But I will say that in making videos on it, it truly, truly pronounced how huge of a game it is and how it's made that much longer by just how slow everything is. Just the walking speed is the slowest, the running speed is the slowest, the biking speed is the slowest, the text speed is the slowest, the battle speed is the slowest, the animations are the longest, just everything about it. I tried best I could to make every video feel like it had significant progress despite this, though it wasn't always easy with what the game gave me to work with, but I still think it turned out well in the end. It was still something I greatly enjoyed doing, and it was definitely a challenge to edit, I'll say that much, and you know, that's always good. I always want to become a better editor and try out new things. On to the next one, not to shove Luigi right off the stage like he usually gets treated, but I think I've said pretty much everything I felt about Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon in the videos themselves. It's not out of not enjoying it. It was really a funny game and really a lot of fun to play through again, plus the Scare Scraper was fantastic to play again. But it was a lot more simple to make the videos, so I feel like I have less stories about it that I haven't already told, so in the interest of keeping things from being too redundant, I think I'll, well, shove Luigi off the stage. Sorry, buddy. Splatoon is the big one that I have a ton of stories about. This was an entirely new thing, both in being from a new game series and in the concept of let's playing a competitive multiplayer game. At least for me it was. It was still a playthrough of the story, but with verses being part of the journey as well. Due to the story mode being very simple and not having a lot to it, a lot of the time and energy went into researching competitive aspects of the game, making guides for every weapon that I felt anyone could follow, and getting feedback from both new and competitive players on what the weapon bios were going to be. Then the editing was bonkers. Every time a video was delayed, it was purely because of just needing more time to edit the weapon bio for that episode or just editing the video in general. It wasn't uncommon for it to take several hours to get all the footage from the different situations to illustrate my points. There was the fact that I wanted to make the maps that we were playing in Splatoon different each video and not repeat them too often, so I'd have to wait to record for the maps to rotate because I had no control over that. There were a lot of factors that went into it that I hadn't really been challenged with before, and in fact, if you want to know true pain of the editing, I am a terrible sniper in any game. The vanilla sniping weapon in Splatoon, the Splat Charger, the one that we go over in the 5th episode, that weapon bio by itself took 18 hours to edit. Never mind the rest of the video that is not the weapon bio. And I was hoping to update this series most days during its run, so I think you can see how there were delays and how things took a long time to put together. Because that's just an example of one. Granted, it was the longest example, but a lot of others were not far behind it. I'll just say that much. But hopefully the ideas in it pushed people to find their new favorite weapon. My goal was to help people main the weapon that they never saw themselves playing before. This was a phenomenon that I experienced many times throughout all my research. I never saw the Tri-Slosher as anything more than trash. I never saw the Heavy Splatling as anything that I could ever play. I never, heck, in the videos themselves, I never thought I would ever enjoy playing the H3 Nozzle Nose, yet all of those were weapons that I loved playing and that I played in my spare time after I learned how good they were, just in my research. It was a feeling I wanted to give other people, and it was one of the biggest driving forces behind me wanting to work on those videos despite how challenging it was. And, of course, like I've said before, challenging myself as an editor, it was nice getting to try something new. The whole concept of the series is something I'd like to work with again at some point. I'm not really sure with which game, but I kind of would like to do something with it again, maybe like refine it a bit more, find other ways that I could do multiplayer games. It won't be the main focus of the channel, of course, but, you know, maybe someday when it's been a while, I'll give it another go. But I guess that leads us to the future, and yeah. I feel like my hint that I gave for Skyward Sword of I'm hoping to change some minds about this one is kind of applicable to everything that I'm working on the moment. All I'm saying about that. This is the first time that I'm talking about this, but through coincidence, 1 week from today will mark 1 year since I started working on something that's pretty big. I honestly have no idea when it will be ready or even what year this thing could release in, but it's definitely one of those games that requires a lot of planning. And I guess on that note, that's all I wanted to say about my experiences in the last year. We got a rabbit named Pippi who will probably record my interrupt my recordings with making all of her sounds and thumping her foot and stuff like that. She's a nice new addition to the family, though she hasn't really appeared in a video before this one, so, hooray! This is your first appearance. It'll be easy to remember which one it was in, but okay. And I guess what I'm wanting to say at the end of the day here is thank you. When I say that I consider 9 years to be a big deal, I'm not talking about myself. Thank you for watching, because a lot of YouTubers that I've personally watched and enjoyed have come and gone within that time. I feel like making videos is what I should be doing, and I'm thankful that everyone's allowed me to go on doing this for so long. And I'd like to thank all the people that have encouraged me to just keep pressing on in my personal life. I'd like to thank Masay and Ella for how encouraging you always are, for your contributions to the videos. Your artwork is great. It really does add a lot of special factor to the videos. I appreciate you a lot. I'd like to thank John and Tim, my co-commentators over on The Runaway Guys, for just being so many good laughs, for, heck, pushing me to experience Super Metroid for the first time, as you can see on that channel. Just wrapped up yesterday, actually, now that I'm posting this. And I guess also by extension, they're also my co-commentators on Throne Controllers, which thank you to all the people who help out with those shows. I didn't think that doing live shows at a convention would become a big part of my life, but it somehow did. Thank you to Steven George for all the design work that you do on this channel. Just, you make a lot of things look very nice, very clean. Heck, the logo for the channel is designed by him, as is every iteration and revision of it. Yeah, there's a lot of people that make these things what they are. They're massive collaborative efforts in a way. But, yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for this last year. And I guess I'll see you back here for the next episode of Skyward Sword. Thank you.